Hailing from the Eastern Townships, Andrew St-Amant attended Bishop's University, where he received a BA with honors in sociology and anthropology, going on to complete his B.Ed. Throughout his 7 years at BCS, he's taught world history, law, sociology, social and cultural anthropology, Canadian history, psychology, ethics, and TOK, and he is currently our technology integration coordinator and head of the arts department. When he's not at work, Andrew enjoys jamming out on the guitar with his son Charles.
Pray to God I see headlights. Oh, I made it down the coast in the
Hi everybody, welcome to Mentor Monday social distancing quarantine edition. It's cool to be at home. Charles just went down for his nap, got my number one uniform on, and I got a bunch of questions here in a PowerPoint slideshow that's been sent to me. So without further ado, why don't we get on with this interrogation. All right, level 1, the easy questions. How are you staying active while in quarantine? Anybody who has or has spent time with a toddler probably knows that you don't need much more than that to stay active. I pretty much chase him all over the place, stop him from putting things in his mouth and breaking things that he shouldn't. But we also go for walks, and I try from time to time to go for a run myself when I get a chance. What do you think of the current New York Rangers roster? Oh wow, I didn't expect to get so personal. I feel like this is the year. This was the year. Now at least if the season's canceled, I'll have an excuse as to why they didn't win the Stanley Cup. Loving the roster. Beautiful. Great rebuild. Level 2. Now I'm starting to get nervous here. What do you enjoy the most about being a teacher at BCS? The cheesiest answer, but it's honest. I would say the students. I love working at BCS because of the students that we have, and the bonds and relationships that we build with one another is pretty great. And I always miss the graduating class or those who don't come back the following year every year. And it's always cool to hear from them later on and getting serious. Next question. What's something you're never going to grow out of? Video games. I don't think I'll ever grow out of playing video games. But do your homework. Make sure you do your homework before you play video games. Kids, have you taken up any new hobbies while in isolation? No. I'm in isolation with a toddler. It doesn't really leave much room for budding or developing hobbies. What mundane task are you surprisingly great at? Cleaning. I think I'm really good at cleaning. What? What has been the biggest challenge while adjusting to life as a working parent? I think the biggest challenge is coming to terms with the fact that, somebody else is going to see your kid more often than you do every day, driving him to daycare and then going to pick him up in the evening. And that's probably the toughest part. That was a good question. If you could buy any type of food right now, what would you buy? I feel like we need a good Asian fusion restaurant here in Sherbrooke with nice dumplings, or I don't know. I feel like if I had the choice of eating anything, I'm probably gonna choose pizza. What's a strong opinion you have about something trivial? Like Star Trek is a terrible show. Yeah, definitely Star Trek's terrible. Level 3, the tough ones. What? Those ones were tough. I don't even know if I want to continue. How many more slides I have here? Can people with vastly different cultural backgrounds live together peacefully? I think that's the best way to live, is to hang out with people with different cultural backgrounds. BCS is a great example of people from vastly different cultural backgrounds living together peacefully. We do it every day. I think that there's nothing better. What is a fear that you have had in the past, and how did you overcome it? I've always been extremely terrified of spiders. I don't think I'll ever overcome that. But I used to be really afraid of flying, and now I'm not. If I would recommend anything to anybody, it would be to face your fears to try to overcome it, unless you're afraid of spiders, in which case you're better to run or avoid them. How do you think the world has changed as a result of COVID-19? Maybe this was the wake-up call that people needed to kind of come together. I feel like people need to tear down the walls between each other and realize that only working together we're going to get anywhere. All right, that was a good question. That's it. Hope you had fun. Yeah, this has been a really good time. It was and is still awkward talking to myself in a video here in my living room, but this quarantine will end and we'll get back at it and see each other's faces again, and hopefully we'll all have better haircuts and trimmer beards. Stay safe.